So good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Bzigntalks. Today, I will be speaking about the topic BIM estimation. BIM Labs Engineering Services Private Limited is situated in speaking about the topic BIM estimation. BIM Labs Engineering Services Private Limited is situated in BIM Labs Engineering Services Private Limited is situated in Kerala, the southern state of India. Autodesk is Autodesk learning partner and member of Indian Green Building Council. Our business areas are BIM training for students and corporates, BIM implementation supports for corporates, BIM project outsourcing, BIM placement services. For more details, our business areas are BIM training for students and corporates, BIM implementation support for corporates, BIM project outsourcing, BIM placement services. For more details, you can contact through email, WhatsApp, Facebook, LinkedIn through the display addresses. Myself, Gladwin Saju, Technical Engineer, BIM Labs Engineering Services Private Limited. You can contact me through my mail and also through LinkedIn. The addresses are shown below. BIM estimation. The reliable information held within a building information model can be used to support cost estimating. Insight information from BIM is benefiting architects, quantity surveyors, and cost estimators, builders, as well as their clients. Revit is one of the 3D modeling software in the building information modeling platform that encompasses information in every element in the model. Using this information-rich model, we can use the data in these elements for a great number of goals. Agenda. What is estimation? BIM for estimation. Advantages of BIM estimation. What is 5D BIM? Applications. Concept of schedules in Revit. Applications of schedules in modeling. BIM for estimation. Advantages of BIM estimation. What is 5D BIM? Applications. Concept of schedules in Revit. Applications of schedules in Revit. Material takeoffs, calculated parameters, room book and area book. Exporting the schedules. Material takeoff, calculated parameters, room book, and area. Exporting the So, what is estimation? Estimation uh, is a rough calculation on quantities of various works and their expenditure done by the experts of the relevant field before the execution of a project. The total of these probable expenses to be incurred on the work is known as estimated cost of the work. Estimation is one of the most important practical aspects of construction management. So, as we already said, estimation and costing thus serves the number of purposes in the construction process. Including preparation and finalizing bids and cost control. The main purpose is to provide to volume of work for cost controls and to see that the adequate options of materials are explored during the execution of the project. BIM for estimation. The move from 2D drawings to 3D modeling has significant advantages for engineers in terms of precision and efficiency. In turn, this has benefits when creating cost estimates, allowing engineers to quickly and more accurately quantify materials and volumes for robust cost projections. The transition from 2D to 3D is the key to this increased accuracy. Instead of using CAD as a digital drawing board, models can be created that are virtual representation of the actual building. This gives insights about the project that would be difficult to visualize in 2D, such as clashes between the components. Advantages of BIM estimation. The main advantages of BIM estimation are from 3D modeling to BIM, better cost forecasting with BIM, quicker takeoffs, easily evaluate the design options, better information is equal to cost benefits. So, from 3D modeling to BIM. BIM enables the addition of richer project data through the use of attributes. The ability to attach information such as material types, cost, or performance data to any model component. These insights are further enhanced using building information modeling. While BIM and 3D modeling are inextricably linked, it's this information, the attributes that distinguishes BIM from just 3D modeling. Better cost forecasting with BIM. The increasing mandatory use of BIM on projects is driving the use of 3D modeling, but BIM is more than just the latest client requirement. It is an opportunity for the designers and contractors to start leveraging the power of information built up in their projects for better cost control and forecasting. Also, by the addition of cost data to BIM, the models as the BIM models as the project progresses, historic cost information can be collected on a granular level that was previously very difficult to achieve using 2D drawing methods. Instead of trying to find a similar project for a ballpark cost estimate, historic cost information is available for every single component in a project. That is down to a single brick we can find out using this method. This is how BIM enables a greater understanding of the component cost. quicker takeoffs. Historic cost data is a powerful benefit of BIM of its own. However, with the advanced 3D modeling tools, the software also has the ability to generate automated lists, such as volumetric information. Also, it can automate the material takeoff process as the information is already attached to the model through the component attributes. Quantifying materials becomes as simple as running a report from the BIM model, and if there is cost information attached, an accurate estimate can be created at the same time. Easily evaluate the design options. Besides the time saved in both creating the estimate and correcting manual errors, it also makes analyzing different design options much quicker and easier. Also, tendering and quantities management tools built into the software enables the cost analysis of various options in a fraction of the time it would take using manual methods. The final advantages is that it with better information gives better benefits, better cost benefits. Of course, as with any software, the output is only as good as the input, so checking is still required. But once the BIM model has been refined and enhanced with the right information, the cost estimating process becomes much easier and far more accurate. If you have yet to start making the full use of BIM for estimating, now is the time to start reaping the benefits of better cost planning and enhanced accuracy. So what is 5D BIM? The different dimensions of CAD, by extension building information modeling, are something that many architects, engineers, contractors are familiar with, at least to a certain extent. 5D BIM is one area that has been attracting increased interest from the BIM pioneers. But for many, it is not clear what 5D BIM is. When dimensions go beyond 2D CAD or 3D modeling, what does it mean? What do the other dimensions refers to? Or what are the benefits incorporating more dimension? Here is a brief overview of the different dimensions used in CAD and BIM. What you can expect from 5D BIM? The fifth dimension that can be linked to the BIM model is cost. Adding cost information to the model, components allow a cost profile to be created for the project, which is useful for forecasting how much money will be required at each milestone. It can also be used as a basis for project management to determine if the project is on track and enables corrective actions to be taken promptly. The benefits of this 5D is that it is able to deliver accurate time and cost management based on factual data using this technology. As BIM continues to develop, more and more services will also be linked to the model. The applications give the owner a reasonably accurate idea of the cost to help him decide whether the work can be undertaken as proposed. For government works, proper sanction has to be obtained for allocating the required amount. It is possible to determine what materials and in what quantities will be required for the work so that the arrangements to procure them can be made. The number and kind of workers of different categories who will have to be employed to complete work in the specified time can be found out. An estimate will help in determining the amount and also the kind of equipment needed to complete the work. Schedules. A schedule is a tabular display of information extracted from the properties of the elements in a project. A schedule can also list every instance of the type of the element you are scheduling, or it can collapse multiple instances onto a single row. This chart shows a sample schedule table where we can see the family and the types, the count, also the unit cost and the total cost of the furniture schedule. This is an example showing the schedule of furniture. Schedule updates. All schedules update automatically when you modify the project. For example, if you delete a door, the door count in the door schedule changes accordingly. When you change the properties of building components in the project, the associated schedule updates automatically. For example, you could select a door in the project and change its manufacturer properly. The door schedule would reflect the change to the manufacturer property. Schedule types. The different types of the schedules include schedules or quantities, material takeoffs, key schedule, annotation schedules, revision schedule, etc. The contrast between schedules or quantities versus the material takeoff. In schedules or quantities, it creates a schedule of any building components to determine the quantities and estimate cost. Example, door schedule, window schedule, furniture schedule. Material takeoff schedules list the subcomponents or materials of any Revit family. Like the material takeoff schedules have all the functionality and characteristics of other schedule views, but they allow you to show more details about the assembly of the component. An example for this material takeoff is wall material takeoff. What is key schedule? Key schedule define and use keys to automate the addition of consistent schedule information. Schedules can comprise multiple items that have the same characteristics. For example, a room schedule might have 100 rooms with the same floor, ceiling, and base finishes. You define keys using key schedules. Key schedules look very similar to component schedules, except that you define them to your specifications. That is all about key schedule. Next is the annotation schedule. The annotation schedule, also called the note blocks, lists the annotations applied to model elements. Annotation schedules list all the instances of annotations that you can add using the symbol tool. Also, annotation schedules are useful for listing the notes that are applied to the elements in your projects. For example, you might want to attach a note to several walls, and that note might have a building description for each of the walls. Here we can see a section which shows a annotation schedule. On the right side, we can see the notes, including the description. This is all about annotation schedule. The next topic is about how to create a schedule. For creating a schedule, click on the View tabs, go to the panel, Create panel, Schedule drop-downs, and from there select Schedules or Quantities. In a new schedule dialog that appears, do the following. That is, first select a component from the category list. A default name appears in the name text box, which you can change as necessary. Select schedule building components. Do not select schedule keys here. Specify the phase and then click OK. In the schedule properties dialog, specify the schedule properties like filter data, sort and group, etc. Then finally, OK to proceed. How to create a material takeoff? Click the View tabs, go to the Create panel, Schedule dropdowns, then select the Material Takeoff. In the New Material Takeoff dialog, click a category for the Material Takeoff schedule and then click OK. In the Material Takeoff Properties dialog, for available fields, select the material attributes. Optionally, sort and group or format the schedule. Click OK to create the material takeoff schedule. That is all about creating a material takeoff. The calculated parameters. In a case where the need of a particular field exists and that field is not mentioned in the test schedule properties, we can use the calculated parameters to define the formula driven reporting values. Example, the number of bricks in a wall. What is the formula to determine the number of bricks? For example, consider a brick size of 0.2 by 0.1 by 0.1 meter with mortar. Then the volume of the brick will be equal to 0.002 meter cube. Then the formula to determine the number of bricks is the number of bricks equal to material volume of the wall divided by the volume of a one brick. Therefore, that is equal to material volume of the wall divided by 0.002, that is already calculated. So let's find out how to add a field. So number of bricks using calculated parameters. Go to the View tab and then click on the View tab, go to the Create panel, Schedules drop down, go to Material Takeoff. In the New Material Takeoff dialog, click a category for the Material Takeoff schedule and then click OK. In the Material Takeoff Properties dialog, for available fields, select the material attributes. The materials is equal to volume necessary to find number of bricks. Click on Add Calculated Parameter, that is fx, and then enter the name, discipline, type, and the formula. Here the formula is material volume divided by 0.002. Then click OK. Room book extension. The room book extension add info Revit calculates the room related surface areas of walls, floors, ceiling elements as well as room circumferences and furnishing elements for a complete material calculation of the interior finish. Room book algorithms detect room surfaces beyond what Revit calculates. For example, you can calculate how much plaster is needed for the interior finish of a room. A room book calculates all visible surfaces in the room. Joining or overlapping walls, floors, ceilings, columns, beams, and other features are recognized and calculated. Openings in walls, floors, and ceilings are detected to adjust the calculated surfaces and the material requirement. All the materials of the surfaces are listed. Area book extension. The area book extensions calculates the living and net areas by rooms and room groups and also calculates the net, gross, and construction floor areas by project to create a comprehensive floor area calculation. An overview of the area book extension is that it combines the room groups and evaluate by levels, departments, flats, building, and building sections. Rooms have a pre-defined area assignment based on names. The sub areas are now automatically detected and calculated, similar to the way columns, wall segments, wall niches affects the window niches affects the floor area. You can apply the reductions for finishing surfaces to the rooms, sub-areas, or to a single sites. You can also display the dissection areas in the project and export forms for mathematical evidence. Exporting the schedule. A schedule can be exported as a delimited text file that can be opened in many spreadsheet programs. To export a schedule, open a schedule view. Click the File tab, go to Export, then Reports and select the schedule. In the Export Schedule dialog, specify a name and directory for the schedule and click Save. The Export Schedule dialog appears. Under Schedule Appearances, select the Export option. Open the text file and select all the contents in it and copy it. Then finally open any spreadsheet program and then paste the informations. So model-based estimating. A purpose-built BIM solutions like Revit features computable building information that enables a model to be understood by a computer as a building. By using a building information model instead of drawings, the takeoffs, counts, and measurements can be generated directly from the underlying models. The time spent by the estimator on quantifying varies by project, but perhaps 50 to 80% of the time needed to create a cost estimate is spent on just quantification. Summary. So the first step of estimating is quantification, and the computable information at the heart of the building information model makes quantification effortless. Architects, engineers can use the information within their design model to easily double check the estimating quantities, facilitating concurrent estimating during the design process. So that's all about BIM estimation. So there is a feedback form. I will attach this in the chat box, so do fill it. BIM Labs workshop on BIM estimation. It will be a 3-day session starting from 8th February to 10th February. The fees for the same is 1,500 per head. The next talk will be on BIM documentation by Mr. Amal PV, the technical engineer, BIM Labs Engineering Services Private Limited. There's a BIM Labs community, BIM community, free training and seminars, design challenges, knowledge evaluation, placement assistant. The BIM Labs, BIM community links of Facebook, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Telegram, and the Google Classroom is there. I will attach the links of these in the chat box. So thank you. So do anyone have any doubt regarding the session? Please ask me now.